Welcome back, boys and girls. You know what time it is. You know what day it is. It's Wednesday Cup. You know it. It's round 3 here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, as always, to the stream here at Simsational TV. My name is Chris Munro, and I'm joined, as always, by the ever-delightful Zach O'Reilly. Mate, this track that we can see just over our shoulders here is proving to be a bit of a thorn in the side of these drivers, mate. How would you attack it if you were behind the wheel?
Well, it doesn't matter about being behind the wheel at the moment. You've got the two best commentators in the land here at Simsational TV, bringing you the best quality service that you could possibly want on a Wednesday night. And we are at the Wednesday Cup here at Macau Grand Prix. And the thorns are those big yellow and black things that imitate the stinger of a bee. That is what we're looking at tonight. And those are going to be definitely a bouncy pole, or well, probably you'll just call them the rejection. So if you got no talent, you hit any of those walls, you are definitely just being rejected out of this race. And it's going to be carnage if you do so mid-pack or even out in front. Oh, my goodness gracious me.
Yeah, plenty to sink the teeth into here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, here around the Macau street circuit. We're going to do our best to keep the Chinese accents at bay for the next 2 hours. I don't know how good I'll do, though. And if I do, don't report me to the woke police, ladies and gentlemen. It's all going to be happening. But
they love it.
They do. That's a sign of respect, apparently. But let's check out the standings from last week, ladies and gentlemen, because there's been a couple of movers.
Ooh.
Alex McEwen has hit the lead in the championship there on 292 points. Not far behind him is Nick Mello. As always, you see these two guys at the top of the tree. Matthias Falzon, Matt Munro, not yet sighted in the server as well, so he'll be shuffling his way out of the top 10, I suspect, after this round. Luke Newing, make out your top 5, Zach O'Reilly.
Yeah, not bad. Alex McEwen, as you were going to say, is clearly at the top there, 12 points away from his teammate Nick Mallow. Can't see him in the server either, by the way. But sixth place is Sandra's love child, 249 points, only 4 away of being in the top 5. Nick Mole, the underground mammal, 7th. Pinecone in 8th. And you got Brian's cousin inserting himself into the top 10 with the Army Corporal himself. In 10th place, Jake Buttigieg, 218 points, barely scraping in. It's bloody fantastic. And speaking of the Army Corporal, there he is on the stream, driving and circulating very, very well there. But he's got a bit of time to make up because he's a good 1.4-ish seconds off Alex McEwen there on the timing towers. So a bit of moving and shaking to be done, bit of advancements on the artillery up the field, and maybe throw a couple of grenades down the straightaway there to knock off Fabian Fitness and Matthias Falzon. And welcome back to Fabian Fitness too, Chris. 28 pints in 2 weeks, and he's back sober here tonight.
Yeah, there's no stopping him out there as well. He's been hitting the practice server during the week. I think he had the fastest time as well. So one of these guys down the back, we need to give him a blue shell or something and knock one of these two guys off the top of the timing
star power.
Yeah, absolutely, something. Just to get even this up a bit, as you can see in the timing towers there, very big discrepancy between the top and the bottom. About 1 minute 60 seconds is the difference at the moment. Hopefully that tightens up a little bit when it comes to race time. But I think what we're going to do now, ladies and gentlemen, where is the server, says JP Racing? Where it always is, mate. Go and check the Discord and get the link. It has not moved anywhere. But
goodness gracious.
Yeah, it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to go racing. We're going to check out tonight's circuit. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, it's Macau Street Circuit. 24 turns. I reckon there's a few more than that as well. 6.1 kilometres, one of the longest circuits we've ever done here in Wednesday Cup. As you can tell, the timers are up there in almost in the 3-minute mark. So not many laps to be had around this circuit, but about the same amount of time as always. As you can tell, a very long straight down here to turn 2 is called Mandarin Bend. There's a few funny little corner names around this circuit as well. And what would you expect from a place that they call the Chinese Las Vegas? The gambling is very much legal here, and so is the greyhound racing. I used to commentate, well, actually, I used to analyse greyhound racing that went on at this place in the world once upon a time in Mexico. But that's turn 3 and 4 up the hill through turn 5, ladies and gents. And I think they call it San Francisco Hill. Of course they do. Why wouldn't you? It's up the hill here at Macau through turn 7. As you can see, the walls are just starting to get even closer to the middle of this circuit, turn 8. And then a very tight little turn 9 called Maternity Bend. What? Go figure there. Turn 10, a long left-hander. And that heads down the hill just a little bit. And that sort of levels up to the Teddy IP. That's the strangest name for a turn I've ever seen. But here, you've got time to go down through the Solitude S's and find your solitude in life. Think about all the things you've done wrong and how you can fix them up. Through Faraway Hill, down the hill as well, down through turn 16, and now you're jumping on the anchors and try and keep it in a straight line through turn 17. Very hard to do. Turn 18, Moorish Hill. Bet these drivers will not be saying that by the end of it. Moorish, I think less of that for the better. Donna Maria Bend is turn 19. Down the hill, and this is where it gets really tight, ladies and gentlemen. This is the world famous part of this circuit, turn 20. Melco Hairpin. As you can see, you've got to take a wide line and dip it in, because the turning circle on these cars is only just about good enough to get around that little bend, and then there's only enough room for maybe 2 Aussie race cars side by side down this black sand straight down the back end of this circuit. And then you see the tractor starts to open up just a little bit for turn 23, Fisherman's Bend. Hopefully it is the fisherman's friend tonight for these drivers. Ooh. And they don't slap the wall too hard. Coming down as the track opens up again and looks a bit more like a real circuit through the final turn. This is R. Bend, of course. R. Bend, we're going to call it that tonight. And that heads you back down to the start-finish straight. That's a long lap of Macau Street Circuit. We're in round 3, ladies and gents. Qualifying is 8 minutes, of course. 15 minutes for race 1, 16 minutes for race 2 with a top 10 reverse grid, and 17 minutes in race 3 for the top 12. Your practice primo this week was Fabian Fitness with a 2-minute 46.4. That's about 4/10 quicker than what Alex McEwen has done so far in this practice session. So, Fabian Fitness still has the upper hand, I suppose, in this little practice session and all the practicing that's going on throughout the week. Zach has
frozen
he's
again.
Frozen in time, but that's okay. It's probably time we go back down on track anyway and just have a look at a few of these cars as practice is just finishing up, ladies and gentlemen. Alex McEwen on top with a 146.8. Still a little bit of time in that, I'd imagine, once these guys get to grips with this circuit and so many turns. Oh, my God.
Yeah, way too many for me to remember, but I'll have the track map up in front of us here just so we've got the best idea in the house. Now, you know why they call it Solitude S's, Chris, is because you're just questioning why you're in existence and why you're actually risking your life around this circuit as you drive around, because you are absolutely in for an absolute shitstorm if it comes a proper at any stage. It is very, very hard. And Moorish Hill, when you think about it, when you get to Moorish Hill, all you're thinking about is how the hell do I get out of this street circuit? I am ready to get out and stick myself back out onto the spectator field. It's a classic. Orange Peel Bend, Lisboa, San Francisco Hill, Maternity Bend, where you get pregnant, then there's no question of the name after it at turn 10 either, because you don't know what the baby's name is. And then you go, we'll get to turn 11, and then we'll call it Teddy. But that's sort of a bit old-fashioned. We'll just call it IP instead. Okay, well, we'll be computer guys. And then you get into Solitude S's, and it's just a rigmarole. It goes around and around and around, Chris. It's fantastic around here. But in saying that, what a place to be. And Fergo here on screen will be wanting to get himself further up than 14th in the grand scheme of things. And we have only got, I reckon, 3, nearly maybe even 4 laps if you're lucky in qualifying coming our way for these guys to put it together. So Pressure Point Motors coming everyone's way here at Wednesday Cup at AK Racing.
I reckon we're going to see a few drivers just out of position, because all it takes is a little slap on the wall and that's pretty much your lap done. As you see, 25 cars maybe getting around this circuit during qualifying, all clamouring for position to try and get around and maybe get that third lap in time. It's going to be very difficult indeed for these guys. But that is practice done and dusted. So I think we might think about kicking off this qualifying session. What do you think about that?
Done. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get qualifying underway. And we'll be back here at Sensational TV for AK Racing's Round 3, halfway through the season here, Wednesday Cup, here live at Macau, a Grand Prix circuit in the Aussie racing cars. Don't go anywhere.
We are here, ladies and gentlemen, on circuit, just waiting for a few of these drivers to get into the server and waiting for that 8-minute mark to count down. 35 seconds to go. Fabian Fitness is on the front in lieu of Nick Mello not turning up tonight.
No, not here. No show for Nick Mello. I think a bit of uni getting in the way. Oh no, we've got people exiting the server. What's happening here? We've got something going on technically, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Wednesday Cup.
That's no good. We're just gonna...
Many people have just exited, but they might be coming back in. I have not been kicked yet, but anyway, no Nick Mello at this stage, and at this rate, I'll tell you what, Alex McEwen still hasn't made his way into the server, and qualifying is now underway. We are ready to rock and roll. Where has half the grid gone? They've all come back. Yeah. So we're all back.
They're good.
Some sort of random server error, but he's not out on field at the first place. And tell you what, once he's gone, it's only one man who decides to take first gig here at Wednesday Cup, and that is the man himself, fastest in practice, Fabian Fitness, circulating at the moment, just warming up those tyres, doing whatever weaving he possibly can, because as all these cars stream past here, it is literally the most challenging circuit to get right on a cold set of tyres. That's for sure. You've got blind turns. You've got to remember every single one. There's no corner markers where it is. It's all visual points where you can't see when the next corner is, and just get in that rhythm and flow. And that's going to get you in pole position. And this man here will be vying for that position if he can get it done. Or will Matthias Falzen take him off? The top row there. Matt Munro has made his way into the server too, Chris. So your youngest brother is there in and ready to go. He was third or fourth quickest in practice too. So now, bit of competition coming our way for the top 5.
That's what we like to see around these parts, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very long circuit, so the times are a little bit flattered in between each one of these guys. But the fact is, there's so many turns, and this track's more like just a little mini enduro on its own. I guess it's the Nordschleife of street circuits. So any small little mistake, and that is compounded over the entire lap. So it's very hard to put a perfect lap together here, just for the sheer amount of turns you've got to go through, and so close to the wall. As you can see, Jake Buttigieg there in the background getting all sorts of sideways on his outlap. Ladies and gentlemen, still an outlap. Where are they in the grand scheme of things? Just coming down into the third sector now. So they're going to only get... Geez, they'd be lucky to get a third lap in here, ladies and gentlemen. So, whoa, geez, Fabian doesn't want to be doing that too often.
No, that's how you do it.
He's just absolutely handbraking it there through the what's it called, the hairpin. I've forgotten what it's called. It's the most famous turn on the circuit. That's good commentary there, ladies and gents. But Fabian Fitness rounding out the last couple of turns.
Hairpin,
Melco, that's the one. Melco there at turn 20. But Fabian Fitness now, we're going to ride on board with him as he kicks off his first and probably first of 2 hot laps here in the Wednesday Cup, ladies and gentlemen.
Look out. Here goes Fabian Fitness right now. This is where your nerves start to get a bit peaky. You've got to get those maximum shift points here as well too in these little Aussie racing cars, because you will hit top speed down this front straightaway as you come into turn 2. In the next 5 or 6 seconds is Mandarin Bend, and this is a blind turn, very much like Adelaide street circuit like we just saw on the weekend. You can see nothing until you come out bursting through that corner, and this is the approach into Lisboa, as well as some people call it. That is a corner named turn 3. Braking just at the 120 metre mark, hard down into second gear, whack it straight in, hug that apex, don't use that inside curb, it'll kick you out. Turn 4 coming our way, then turn 5 up the San Francisco Hill is a little kink to the left. This is sort of like Monaco-esque, it reminds me. Obviously you got left and then you got right up the hill here, and then if you get into turn 7, like this one, it is sort of like that turn 7 down the hill into Monaco, but without the left-hander coming up. You're into a right-hander here, and we're in maternity bend where you thought about a baby's name, and we are now thinking of what it could be. Downhill here at turn 10 we come. No name, still haven't thought of it. And you're going, fuck me dead, I'll just go for it. And, Teddy's coming our way. Here he is. Teddy, thank you very much. But it's a girl, love. Oh, I don't know. Don't use that inside apex too much. These outside barriers here are dangerous, as are the insides. Turn 11, 12 and 13 in through the Solitude S as we go up into Reservoir Bend, coming our way right here. Very tricky corner to get right. Late apex that. Then early entry on this one as well to the right, which is turn 15 at Faraway Hill. Down into Moorish Hill. So we've got two hills, even though we sort of go up and down. This is a killer. Anyone who doesn't know where that corner ends, you are going to be hard into that red and white yellow barrier there as well. Same with this one too, but off camber up onto the right hand at turn 18. This is a Donna Maria bend. I think this would have to be some Chinese investor's lover's name or something to name it after this bend at turn 19. Then into the infamous Macau hairpin, we come straight down the hill. Very, very challenging here. Fabian's just going to spin it in. Handbrake here, get on the power earlier, power slide out of it. That is the quickest way to do it. Clutch dump it in, down through Black Sands, and then into the, what do we call this? We'll call it the Breath Mint Bend coming our way. It's called Fisherman's Bend in the old scheme as well. That's what they used to call it. Breath Mint corner coming our way, and you do have to hold your breath, and Fabian's just gone too wide there, but it'll wash off a little bit of speed on exit. He lost RPMs, can't see his speed at the moment, but then that is the final corner coming our way here at R. Bend. Like, come on, mate, honestly and truly. They just couldn't think of a name. Chinese just thought, bugger it, we'll do it. And over through R. Bend he goes, and that will be a lap within the next 2 or 3 seconds. 2 minutes and something odd seconds are we going to see. 2 minutes 40. So, what are we? 47.4. So, a bit off the time. But he's nearly been perplexed by the pine cone behind him. Next across the line, Christopher, this could be very interesting.
Yeah, we're going to see all the times come tumbling in now. Who got the valid lap in? Pine did, Buttigieg did, McEwen certainly did. Goes a 10th quicker than Fitness, takes the front row pole position provisionally as we speak. Matt Munro across the line in 5th with Luca Tave. Dean Verrill getting himself up there in the top 5 as well. Postlethwaite up there in the top 10 with Sudge Illich occupying the 10th rung on that ladder. Look at the times come tumbling in. Matthew Belton up there as well. We haven't seen him for a while in Wednesday Cup, so good to have him back in the server. Steve Harrison puts in a time of 2:59 dead. So he's got quite a big gap there in front of him to make up if he wants to go up the order. Jimmy Park up into 13th. Fantastic effort there from him. But Dean Verrill's got a bit of company there in the back. Whoever that is hounding him on the qualifying lap, saying, "Come on, BZ, why don't you go a little bit quicker for me there?" He's got
Get
a
me
bit
in
of,
the power band.
Yeah, exactly. He's got, I think that's Alex McEwen in front of him. No, it's not. Not too sure who that is on track in front, but that might be someone that could get in the way earlier or later on in this lap. There's still, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it's a big track or a long circuit, but still occupied by plenty of these little Aussie racing cars. Thanks to the little track map display we've got down in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see all the numbers and the positions of where they are on this track. Excuse me, Dean Verrill now coming in through this section now, just sort of left, right, coming at you is like Jeddah there, the F1 circuit. He takes the overtake there of whoever that is. We'll figure out who that is one day. And, he goes on his merry way. Dean Verrill needs to beat a 2 minutes 50. This is nearly the end of qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. 15 seconds to go. Gee whiz.
That's it. You only get one flyer and then the second last lap. And that was some MAGA sort of stuff there, I think, or maybe got the wrong livery. Yeah. That was all happening there. That's what we don't want to see come the race time. But McEwen is on pole position at the moment, and he's nowhere off beating his best time. So this is hairy stuff here from Mr. McEwen. Postlethwaite and Sargillich. McEwen, the other one, the oldest, Scotty McEwen, have finished their session. Is Fabian Fitness up at the moment? I don't know, he's not. He was up, but he's lost half a second through the second half of the circuit, and he's just gone around R. Bend. This will not be eclipsing his best lap, or will it? We'll see as he crosses the line. 2:47.43. Only a 10th off. He got PB'd in the first and the third sectors, but couldn't get it done. The pine cones eclipsed him and said thank you by an absolute bee's dick for 3,000 of a second there between second and third. Buttigieg in fourth place. Dean Verrill in fifth. Cracking drive from him as well. But he's just been pipped by the Munro man. And Dean Verrill in sixth place now over Matt Munro. Postlethwaite, seventh. Good stuff from him. Mr. Old, the senior, in eighth place as well. Tay in ninth. Sarge Illich, 10th position, 254. But all these guys are a good 3+ seconds off the grid. And Falzon's gone bang. 247.882.
Bang.
That's going to put him up into fourth place as well. So happy days for the Falzon man. The Greek god, as we call him, even though he's not Greek. That guy has put it up there, and Steve Harrison, has gone inside to the top 11 as well. What a session.
Great stuff, and it's still not finished yet. A lot of these drivers did manage to get across the line, and because it's such a long circuit, we've still got to wait a couple of minutes by our watchers before they all cross over and complete their final lap. So it was just a 2-lap shootout, really, in the end. Jack Ferguson joining, who was it, Harrison there in the 54s. Getting called by my brother. That is not on, my friend. I am streaming. If you've got any issues, you're just going to have to figure them out yourself. Trav Young is the last man out on track here at the moment. Not too sure what he's on for because we can't see the delta, ladies and gentlemen, but he's still getting stuck in here in the final stages of qualifying. Only a couple more turns for him to go, maybe one more, and we'll see what sort of time he can put in if he can go up the order a bit. We've got people leaving the server, which is jumbled at all around. We've got no idea who's coming where. We just know Alex McEwen is on pole currently. Trav Young goes across the line now for a 52.3. That is not an improvement. McFadden is the last one to come around. He will be the last man to set a time here tonight. Can he go up and improve on what he has already done? He does. He goes up into 5th position at the death. Brian's cousin with a massive move.
Massive move, but overall, on the grand scheme of things, look at the official time tower. That's just bumped him into the top 10 just. So 10th place there for McFadden as he came through. Not a bad result for him. He'll be happy with that. McEwen is on pole position for race 1 coming our way. 15 minutes, so only about 5 laps, I reckon, by the time everyone gets around here. 5, maybe 6 laps. Clayton Pinecone in 2nd position. Wow, he'll be happy with that. That's for sure. In the Pinecone. Can he put it together in a race situation? That's been his what do you call it? Not his Achilles. Is it his Achilles heel? I can't remember what the term is.
Yeah.
It's his Achilles heel when it comes to racing, and he does hot laps like a madman, but racing not there. Fabian Fitness 3rd place. Will Kirk captain in 4th. Wow, good on him. Matt Fell's on the Greek god 5th place. Buttigieg 6th. Matt Munro, Verrill, Underground Mammal, and Brian's cousin round out your top 10.
Yeah, great stuff from those guys. Who have we got? Gary Postlethwaite there in 11th. Trav Young 12th. Ezra Simons 13th. Lucas Atay in 14th. All these debutants now just starting to move up the order as well. Great to see. Jacko Ferguson in 15th position. Steve Harrison 16th. Sarge Illich, Belton, Elliott, Attard make out your top 20. And we got Cookie, Park, Schmerley, Dooley, Burley, Scott McEwen, Amon round out the top 27. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back very shortly with race 1, aren't we? We've got 15 minutes of racing coming up very shortly. So time to break out the Canara. What is a Canara, by the way? I hear you say that all the time. I've got no idea what a Canara is.
It's the in-house wood fireplace, the big box with the thing that goes up into the chimney.
Oh, right.
Wood fire, mate.
Wood fire. Yeah. Well, there you go. You learn something every day here on Sensational TV, ladies and gentlemen. Do not go
slow
away.
In Queensland.
Yeah, well, we don't need them up here. It's hot enough. It's good to have everyone on board for the stream as well in the chat. Keep your chats coming. By the way, we've disabled the what's it called? The super chat function because we just found out that YouTube's been robbing us of about 60% of all the earnings that go through that. So if you do want to get involved in the donation process, you will still have your name up in lights on the stream. There is just a different way of doing it now, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see in your description below a link to the donations. Next to that, you'll also see a link to our new Cranium Cam feature, so you can get the double screens out and right on board with any driver you wish. Just keep or put their name in here, and Zacko will sort that out for you.
Yes, get in.
Time to go to race 1. I think, Zach, take us away.
Fine, bloody oath. Qualifying's done. We've seen our top three there. It's going to be hairy as a Greek's back here, or as hairy as a sheep's arsehole. And I'll tell you what, this could be exciting here for race 1 coming away. 15 minutes here at Macau, Wednesday Cup, Aussie Racing Cars, Wednesday night, 25 cars on the grid. Where else do you want to be? You want to be here. Sensational TV will be back here right as we speak for race 1.
2 minutes and 20 seconds to go to a start. Who are we going to look out for? Who are the movers and shakers here through the back of the pack, Zach O'Reilly?
Oh, geez, look out. It can be anyone here. I reckon Jack Ferguson's going to have a good old crack. Belton's going to be doing exactly what his last name is through the field. Even Andre Elliott, too, for Rangiart and the Chef in 19th and 20th, respectively, at the moment. These guys, and Simmons as well. They could be one of the hairy ones from the back of the grid, just ploughing their way through any carnage there. What the hell is going to happen here to the underground mammal? He seems to get himself caught up in a little bit of nonsense. Let's hope that all these guys can keep it clean. I told them in briefing, they're going to be live kicked if there's any nonsense, and you can lose the race on lap 1 and you can't win it. So we'll see what we can do here, Christopher.
Yeah, I tell you what, some of these tight little streets, if you end up facing the wrong way, trying to turn yourself around to be facing in the correct direction is going to be a bloody tough ask. I'm not too sure how these cars go on the old flick spin, but even the tiny little cars like this are going to have trouble trying to turn around. So hopefully everyone just calms it down a little bit, files in. If they can't make the turn, just file in, single file. In the real world, there's actually a no overtaking clause here into turn 20. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is out the window because it's Wednesday Cup. And we are real men, if nothing else, here in the server.
Well, mate, if there's anything that we are, it's absolute legends, that's for sure. In the commentary grand scheme of things, eat your heart out, Scafie and Crofty and Larko and all. Or maybe not Larko, we'll give him the break there. But anyone else, this is where you want to be. You want to see all the racing here. This is the grid, and this is what we are looking at here tonight. We're at Macau, Aussie Racing Cars here at Sensational TV. You know what you guys are all in. Give us some predictions there in the chat for who is going to come out on top. Good to see Fergo, Fitness, Marshall, Buttigieg, Dino in there, BZ as well, and all of our guys there ready to go for chat and supporting us as we go. Lights are up, Christopher Munro. We're all ready to go here for race 1.
Oh, are we ready, though? What is going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen? Can we get through safely? We're about to find out and go racing here for race 1 here in Macau. Great start from Alex McEwen. He will go straight to the front. Clayton Pine got a really bad start there, actually, and he will get overtaken straight away by Fabian Fitness, who slings himself into second position. Alex McEwen heading the way, but just giving a little bit of a suck there too. Fitness, who is pulled up alongside now. The suck is strong down here at Macau. Jesus Christ. I'm going to avoid those jokes that early in the evening. But here goes Fitness just covering Clayton Pine off. Clayton's got the second bite of the cherry there. There's carnage in the background. Well, he knew there would be. It only took 2 turns. But Clayton Pine will lead now into turn 3. That is fantastic stuff from these top 3. Holy moly. We won't get a good look there because it's very hard to see, but we'll get a good look at the field as they come streaming through. Matt Munro making his way up to 4th position. Fouls on behind him, Buttigieg. And then a little bit of a gap now back to the rest of the field, who is just starting to stream through. Now, Fabian Fitness just trying to keep in touch with... Oh, geez, Piney just almost slaps the wall there. So does McEwen as well. Geez, it's very hard stuff. We're going to ride on board with McEwen because it's very tight between him and Fitness.
Oh, geez, a bit of rate of attrition here in natural selection for the back half of the field. Oh, no, they're in the wall. That is hairy stuff there. Oh, my goodness, and pit manoeuvre too. Alex McEwen and Fabian Fitness come together. The pine cone's involved there too. Oh, geez, they're all flooding down the field. Oh. That is the Exxon Valdez. And have a look at everyone in the background there on the stream. That is dead set a shitstorm and a half that we didn't think we'd see. And I said it, natural selection came, and it came hard to all of them. I'll tell you what, harder than a virgin at a brothel did it come. Jeez Louise, in the back of the peas. Poor old Fabian Fitness and Mr. Falzon. That is dead. Not Falzon, sorry. Pine Cone. Shocking. But that's where we're at. And this guy here, Postlethwaite, just making his way up into 8th, watching it all happen. And the Pinecones come a proper again. He's gone from 18th down to 21st there on the grid too. Jack Ferguson has survived that. So have our boys there in the Rangiat section as well. The chef has come from 20th all the way to 11th with all that nonsense at the start there
fantastic.
too. And that is a cracking drive.
Yeah, fantastic avoidance there from a few of these drivers. I tell you what, though, that was pretty awkward in between Fitness and Pine. We saw those two guys really defending like their life depended on it, going through a part of the circuit that really didn't require anything like that. Just stay on the racing line. If someone's up beside you, there's no need to bump and shove like that. No. So I'm going to make the call there that they're both to blame for that. They could have easily been avoided, but maybe just the red mist descending over the top of the eyeballs there, and neither one of these lads wanted to give up the ghost, but in saying that, they both fall down through the pack. Poor old Clayton Pines parked it in the pits as well. He's had enough. Matt Belton's had enough as well, mind you. Here goes Jack Ferguson just doing pirouettes there on the straight. How did he lose it there? That's insane. But he's about to get overtaken by at least 3 cars coming up behind him. Fabian Fitness in the background as well. But at the front of the field, Alex McEwen has eked himself out a nice little comfortable lead. About a second and a half to Matthew Munro, who's made his way up to second position, avoiding all the carnage there. Well done to him, young son. There's Matthias Falzon making his way through as well, chased by Jake Buttigieg. And he's got about a second and a half to Brian's cousin back there in 5th.
Yeah, Brian's cousin doing very well too. Rangiat boys on the proud tonight, but wow, what a drive here from Matt Munro. You're on the cranium cam. Get on board, ladies and gentlemen, there too, to watch this little battle brewing, because Buttigieg is hounding the back here of Falzon and can see what is in front of him too. And look at these guys here, Dooley and Harrison, literally just going like absolute... 2 guys fighting over Estelle, or whatever her name is. What's her name? Bloody Al McPherson at a brothel. And they're not giving each other any inch at all at the moment. They're bragging over who's got the inch. No. And it was Dooley. But then Sam Harrison's gone straight into him, and a Tards just rear-ended him and punted him out here to the bunda. He's got punted again by Schmerley. This is what we anticipated. And there's Ezra Simmons in there too. Oh, boy, Jingo, by gracious me. That is Dooley facing the wrong way, and everyone's got through there. What the hell is going on? And McFadden's lost a position. Oh, McFadden's the wrong way around too, in the worst possible place through the putty S's. Oh, my days, bruv. Get through that. He's got a lot of time between himself and Parky there, who somehow Parky has put himself and parked himself where it matters, sticking inside the top 10 out of all the carnage.
Fantastic stuff. I'll tell you what, these drivers do have access to yellow flags. I'm pretty sure they do pop up on your screen when there is a car around in front. So good to see the boys obeying the yellow flag rule and being a bit more cautious when you are coming around a dead set blind turn. These cars are so small you cannot see through the apex and what's on the other side. And poor old Dooley just parked himself pretty much on the worst position you could. It's worse than being parked on the apex, because at least they can see you coming in on the apex. He was on the exit. So these guys were just banging it through there in turn 3. And poor old Sam Dooley nowhere to go and just gets collected. Speaking of getting collected, Parky's just turned Amon around, and that's pretty ordinary there from Jim Park. The elder statesman in the server should know better than just turning a bloke around and driving on. So that'll be a drive through for Jim Park. We'll get that message down to the stewards, and he'll have to take a little trip down through the pit lane. But Fabian Fitness now on the back of Nick Mole here, looking for his spot into the top 10.
Seen better driving at a golf range, that's for sure, from Jimmy Park there. Wasn't very good. Oh, Nick Mole's been turned around there by Fitness. Oh, now he's going to get a slap too from everything in sundry. I couldn't believe what I was seeing there. Oh, no. Shocking on the cranium cam there. But that is what you get, ladies and gentlemen. At a street circuit, you've got to be careful. You've got to be cautious. You've got to give each other racing room. And that is what you don't want to do, Christopher. Not the ideal way to start or end your session here for race 1.
Yeah, no, not at all. But that one was not Fabian Fitness's fault. That was Nick Mole just losing it on that turn and coming across in front of Fabian Fitness. We all saw it here on the stream. Thankfully, it looked worse than it was. But Fitness fights on there in the top 13. Oh, no, Matt Munro's around. All he had to do was keep it on the track. He was on... he was on track
and
for
not do that.
Top 2. but managed to overcook it somewhere along the line here, and he will drop down to 7th position. 6th position, should I say. Falzon has also turned it around somewhere as well. Maybe those two came together, because I know they were 2nd and 3rd at the time, or just before that. Gee whiz, it is all happening here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a bit... tell you what, I'm a little bit disappointed with these boys. They should know better and at least be cautious here. Let's see. Have a guess what's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, geez, 3 wide. Oh, my goodness gracious me. They managed to get... How did they get through that? But they couldn't make their way through the first lap. I'm not sure. But anyway, that is Schmerley getting through and passing. And he is now up into 16th place. Ezra Simmons has not given up at the moment. He's still trying to crack back at him. But the man, the myth, the legend, Ezra Simmons, is dead set on a charge if he can get back up to where he was in 12th place. Oh, no, Postle Plate's come up proper there too between himself and 6th. With Falzon there and Munro back at it again. Wowee, that could be interesting to see. It's all happening here. I'll tell you what, the law will be laid down, Mr. Marshall. It will be coming to proper for some people. This nonsense here is just not what we want to see, as Chris Munro said, but the chef here is on a blinder, dead set. 11th place here from 22nd place, and he's halfway up from where he started here and doing it very, very easily as well, if you don't mind me saying that. And he just needs to keep it on the circuit, keep it clean, keep it out of the way, and he could find himself within the top 10 at this rate of knots. Yeah, that's where you want to be too. At the end of this race, the top 10 will be reversed. So Nick Mole currently in the hot seat there, but looks like Fitness and Atay have come together as well into turn 20. Oh, he's not having the best of nights, this poor old Fabian Fitness. He was the quickest in practice all week, and that is a redress there from Atay. So obviously those two boys getting together, but lovely to see an actual redress happen out here on track tonight. Couldn't believe it.
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that's one of the things we've never seen before at Wednesday Cup before, and it has happened. Thank you, Mr. Atay. Take his hats off there, but don't get too excited, because you are on hot watch here from the stewards, as is everyone, mind you. And he's got the suck here, at least a half attempt here on Fabian Fitness. I reckon Fitness's car is damaged or something for Mr. Atay, because he just got a massive slipstream there, but not to be on the exit there of R. Bend. And we're coming into T1 here, just a slight kink to the left-hand side of the circuit. Let the car run wide there. And Fabian Fitness in the Hertz rental car that car is definitely looking like a rental car at the moment. More hits than Elvis around here at the circuit of Macau. Holy mackerel. The guys in the casinos there will probably be wanting to flick a few chips his way after this performance so far. If his night keeps going on like this, Fabian Fitness will be a dead set having about 20 or 30 points by the time he gets to the end of race 3. Yeah, he's certainly driving it like a rental car as well. Slapping the wall, not giving an absolute FUCK at all, but he's fighting his way through. He's I tell you what, he's 15 seconds off 10th place. And around it, well, there goes Pinecone again, or is that... That's Postlethwaite. No, I think it is Clayton Pine just on the, not on the lead lap there, just trying to keep up with these two here. Matt Munro and Matthias Falzon. We're looking out the front of Falzon's car. Eventually, there we go. We can see the Red Bull car of Matt Munro just becoming bigger and bigger in the front of this, Aussie race car, piloted by Matthias Falzon, the Flying Falcon, the Maltese Falcon, as we say. Coming down towards where are we? 3rd lap already. It's been action packed, ladies and gentlemen, but there's more action to come. There's still 2 more races after this one, and each one getting incrementally longer as well. So we might even I wonder if these cars are capable of doing 17 minutes plus 1 lap of this joint. I'm just thinking maybe if the leader crosses the line with about 2 seconds to go, that's a whole nother lap of this circuit, and that's a lot of fuel. I wonder if they're going to be able to make it to the end. Hopefully they do. Hopefully, because that would be pretty unfortunate. But you might see a few people diving into the pits for a bit of a splash and dash. Well, look, that always adds excitement, and the guy that is on screen at the moment is definitely not excited. The poor old Malaysian Marvels missed out on a couple of races here this season and come back at the worst time. Properly, but you know what? After this guy he's been racing and been in high carts around the actual Sepang GP circuit. Yeah. Posted that the other day. Wow, what an experience that he was in. I think he was in a Holden Cruise, but anyway, still you got to go around it more than I have ever done. That's for sure. And Sarge Illich is on the prowl at the moment. He is trying to get up the back here of Jimmy Park, the elder statesman of V8 Supercars, Wednesday Cup, AK Racing in general. This guy has seen it all here. He's got many stories to tell. I reckon he could talk the brick off a mortar wall with mortar off a brick wall if he could get it all out in the one session. Could Jim Park? But he's under all sorts of pressure here by the sergeant himself, who's got steering damage too. Absolutely left hand down at about 140 degrees is Sarge. That's not going to be helpful at all. And the Malaysia Marvel has got a healthy car sitting behind him. So maybe a bit of rate of attrition going to be coming his way for the Malaysia Marvel. But that's, at the moment, those two are the closest battle on the track, those three. Apart from Fergo, actually. Fergo and Fitness have gone side by side. Wacko. This is a suckage battle. This is side drafting. This is shaft bending. This is, you name it, knobs, whatever. Bit of suckage coming away, and Fergo's got the whole shot there on Fabian Fitness. Not for long if he keeps it in the wall there, because Fitness has just gone bang straight through again. Fergo's just rear-ended him and put himself into the wall. Eat your heart out, Fergo. That is one angry Scotsman there, I'll tell you what. He's going to be bench pressing for days now to get over this. 12th place at the moment, just navigating his way back into some sort of safety net there. That's probably one of the worst places to be.
Yeah.
But, that's where you don't want to be turned around. And Sarge Illich now is still playing on here between himself and the Malaysia Marvel, who's just got past him, by the way.
He has. He has got past the Marvel, so he's just trying to keep in tow here. There's a bit of a kerfuffle there happening in front. That's who's that? Looks like Park, and that's a bit of lap traffic there, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, got a little bit excited. I thought we were going to have a bit of a four-way battle there going towards the end of this race. Only 1:16 to go. Where is the leader, Alex McEwen? He's 10 seconds in front of Jake Buttigieg, doing it all himself out there as well. Got one more turn around. So this will be, when he crosses the line, this will be the final lap, ladies and gents. That'll be 5 laps of the circuit for race 1. And I think the next race will be probably the same. And then one added one for the next race after that. So 6 laps total around this circuit. Brandon Schmerl's found himself pointing the wrong way down here. It's in an awkward spot. He's reversing himself around into a safer place to try and turn around. But there's just cars coming. He thought about it. Very nicely done, Schmerly. Thought about it twice, gets that car around safely. That's how you do it, boys and girls. Has not avoided or has not wrecked somebody else's race with a dodgy little flick spin there. Very nicely done, Mr. Schmel. But he's in 20th position. Who is fighting? Look at that. Fitness has made his way into 10th spot. He will be starting from pole position. These two have just swapped positions as well for the top 5. Munro and Falzon having a good old crack.
Yeah, definitely. It has not been anything but neck and neck for the last 12 or so minutes here. And the timer has ticked down to 0, so this is it. This is where it counts. Matt Munro's got an absolute suck of anything at the moment. He's definitely got the $50 and the $100 notes out, and he's just making it at the moment. This is going to be interesting. Falzon's got the overlap, bang, straight underneath him again. Matthias Falzon on the proud. Matt Munro here trying all the tricks in his book that he could possibly think. That VR headset will be sweaty as anything at the moment, sweatier than a gypsy with a mortgage at the moment for Matt Munro. 2x2 coming in here into turn 8 and 9. Oh my goodness gracious me, this could be interesting. Side by side, that's how you go racing, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry about it. They're definitely showing us how it is done, and done cleanly here. Cranium Cam going absolutely nuts. Matt Munro full on here, blindsiding himself as he comes around the corner, hugs that inside wall. Wow, that was close to the stones there. And Matthias Falzon, though, holding his own, just not relenting to any sort of pressure that we can see here from Matt Munro in front of him. Slip angle this, sideways there. Thinking about your names, coming up into the hill there, down into the second hill as we go through. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Falzon just kept it off the barrier there too. But wowee. What do you do here when it comes to racing? This is where you got a heavy brake, because that's a blind turn. You don't want to end up in the wall there, Matthias. Wow, he just got it pulled up in there. Matt Munro is watching all this, hoping that an unforced error comes his way so he can get some sort of slipstream for the second section and the final section of the Macau circuit here, the last lap.
Yeah, I don't know if there's quite enough straight there in the final little part to get that suck before the start-finish line. So he's going to want to try and make something happen here. He's lost touch with Matthias in that last little bit, but Matthias locks up the
monkey see.
tyres there as well as Matt, and he slaps the wall on the way out down through this little straight. That's not going to be enough, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to go to the leader here because he's about to cross the line for the win in race 1. Alex McEwen does it with the fastest lap of the race as well, 2:45.9. Very nicely done from him. Jake Buttigieg has lost it. He's actually binned it here on the final lap, on the final turn. Can he get it across the line? Luckily, that car is in drivable state. He will cross the line. Actually, no, Will Kirk overtaking him. Jesus Christ, how about that? For unfortunate errors there from Jake Buttigieg. Will Kirk takes second position on debut. Fantastic stuff from him. Jake Buttigieg in third position. Dean Verrill across the line. Verrill, he'll be loving that in fourth position. There is a drag race to the line. What's happening here? Matthias Balzon has crossed the line in fifth position with Matt Munro in sixth. Gary Postlethwaite, great result from him there in seventh. Almost loses it. Jason McFadden, Brian's cousin, up there in the top 10. That's a check coming his way. Nick Mole in ninth position, and off the pole for next start is Fabian Fitness.
Wow, the captain has outranked the corporal. Who would have ever thought? What a script for second and third there, ladies and gentlemen. That was some unfortunate error for Jake Buttigieg. He'll be ruining the day that I stuffed it into the wall, mate. And lost that second place and gave it to the captain. But he's quick at the moment, is he too? Lucas Atay back down there in 11th after Fabian Fitness has just crossed the line. Wow, that's a bit of a gap between the rest of them. 6 seconds even for the chef too. My goodness, Gordon Ramsay, eat your heart out. In 13th place for the chef. Not bad from starting in 20-odd position for the chef. Ezra Simmons on hot watch. That from the stewards. I've got it in my ear for next race as well. Same with Max Aberle too. The final round for Max Aberle this season. Off and away for work conferences too. So good to see you here, Max, and thank you very much for turning up, and all the best for the rest of the next 3 and a bit weeks coming away. Sarge Elix handing out defect stitches in 16th place there. Does cross the line there in 16th. Mick Attard, Schmerley, Jimmy Park, Steve Harrison. That's Malaysia Marvel in 21st. And Andre Elliott with the Pine Cone, Belton, Young, Dooley, and Scotty McEwen all DNFing or DNSing there for race 1.
Yeah, that was a high attrition rate, ladies and gents. Hopefully we see all these guys come back for race 2, because there's no better way than getting back on the horse after you've fallen off it. So that'll keep the gun shy away, and hopefully these guys come back for race 2, because there'll be more action to be had. There'll be more wins. There'll be podiums. There'll be overtakes. There'll be all that good stuff that we actually sign up to do when you get involved in a sim racing league, ladies and gentlemen. And if you do like what you see and you want to come racing, you'll see the 8K Racing Discord link down in the description below. There is also a link down there to the Patreon if you feel like we do a good job around the traps and want to support the channel financially. That is down there as well. What other links have we got down there? That's about all the links we've got down there in the description. So, also, if you're first time new to the channel, give us a subscribe, like the video, hit the bell if you want to know when we are live. We're live once or twice a week, depending on what we're doing. And more big things to come here on the channel, so don't you worry about that. We are growing every day, every week, every month, on the up, on the onwards and upwards, as we say here around the channel. So, time to get ready for race 2, I think, Zachary.
Done. Ready to go for race 2. 16 minutes. Reverse top 10 grid from race 1 is the starting order here. Everyone else behind them starts where they finished. And that's going to be Fabian Fitness off the front row. And that could be exciting to see what is going to happen. Bit of incidents coming there for him from race 1, 2 between himself and the Pine Cone. Are we going to see any replicas of that? I'm not too sure. Hopefully not. For here, but we'll be back here for race 2, ladies and gentlemen. Go get those condiments refilled and restocked and get that Canara cooking, as Christopher Munro has no idea what it is, and we'll be back here at Sensational TV in just a hot second.
1 minute and 40 seconds till we kick off here in race 2, boys and girls. If race 1 was anything to go by, I think we're in store for more of that. But hopefully these drivers have just taken a little breather, taken 5, gone and looked in the mirror, had a good hard look at themselves and given themselves a little pep talk about how to navigate a street circuit like this around other cars. You really got to have your wits about. You got to have that driver radar up as well, because knowing if there's a car on your inside or outside is half the battle around any circuit, really, Zach.
Yeah, they'll be looking at themselves in the mirror going, you aren't shit, you just got taken out. You aren't shit, you just got taken out. And just repeating it as they're looking at each other and pointing in that mirror for the last couple of times. But, rate of attrition and definitely some natural selection coming your way in race 1 there too. What can we see here in race 2? Hopefully a little bit less of the natural selection department coming our way. And Cranium Cam's on board here with your race winner for race 1 is Alex McEwen too. We've got it on the stream here live with all of those excellent views, and the chopper cam also there ready to go. Fabian Fitness is admitted to defeat against himself in the Pinecone in the chat as well. Thanks to Mr. Verrill as well for the congrats on the 150. We really, really appreciate it there too, mate. Thank you for everyone supporting us all this journey, and it's only upwards from here and onwards, because we got the best in the business here for Australian sim racing here at AK Racing. Chris, 5 lights, 6 lights, let's go.
Oh, let's get started here. The boys have got the revs going up to the roof, and look at this. Look at that start from Fabian Fitness. Says
bang.
Absolutely. See you later. Who's that up the inside? Gary Postlethwaite making up a couple of positions. Bang off the start, and he will challenge Brian's cousin here for the second position going into turn 2. Look at that shot. Look at all those cars just come flying. The little matchbox cars, as Paul Buttigieg says there in the chat. Fabian Fitness will lead. He will take the whole shot into turn 1, and that is absolutely rubbish. Who the hell was that?
Oh my goodness gracious me.
Look at that.
Everyone's involved in that. McEwen's involved. The whole field's involved. This was only just going to happen. Look at that timing tower having an absolute Michael J. Fox seizure there. That is something that we do not want to see. What are the stewards going to do about that? Are they going to reset the servo? Are we going to start again? That is just some sort of ridiculous nonsense that we saw there from everyone in sundry. Boyos, we'll be back here at Sensational TV, ladies and gentlemen. Give us a couple of minutes. Get those boys to have a good, long, hard look at themselves in the mirror and sort their shit out. We'll be back here for race 2, B-Spec, in a hot second.
What's that sound, everyone? I've just heard an absolute rousing in the in the chat. My co-commentator Zach O'Reilly has given the drivers an absolute spray because of that, and fair enough too, because that was some of the worst display of turn 1, turn 2 driving I've ever seen. Let's see if they heed the warnings here, and at least get through the first lap before they start slapping each other into the wall. In saying that, we've got 1 minute 55 to go till we get this show restarted on the road. Wowee. You're promised action, ladies and gentlemen. Are you not entertained?
Oh, geez, Russell Crowe will probably even be... I don't think he'll be entertained. He'll be dismayed by that performance from all of our drivers there. The seasoned professionals, best in the racing land here, Australia, New Zealand, Australasia, you name it, is here at AK Racing. And after that performance there, they rightfully get what they have. They reap what you sow, is what they say. And they definitely sowed up an absolute shitstorm there. And, yep, poor old Fabian Fitness has to cop the brunt of doing very well there at everyone else's peril. But if they don't do it this time, well, too bad. That's it. You get caught up in it. So let's see what they can do. And let's keep it professional. We love every single person who is in the AK Racing as well. And it's one of those things, ladies and gentlemen, running a series, stewarding a series, broadcasting it, and doing everything at the same time. Got to do all of it here, and that's what we love doing. And it's good to be a part of all of the action here at Macau, that's for sure. Wowee. Race 2, 12, reverse top 10, reverse grid, Fabian Fitness off the front row. Nick Mole was right next to him. McFadden, Postlethwaite, Matt Munro, Falzon, Verrill, Buttigieg in the top 8. Then you have got the captain, and McEwen in 11th position with Atay, Ferguson, Cook, Simmons, Aberle, Illich, Attard, Schmerley, Harrison, Amar, Elliott, Jimmy Parr, Clayton Pine, Belton, Young, Dooley, and McEwen rounding at the back of the grid there. 28 drivers on the track here. Lights are up. Christopher Munro, this is your absolute, this is your echelon. Give us your best.
Let's go. Let's get racing, ladies and gentlemen. It's take two here in the Wednesday Cup. We're about to get set for a start. Who is going to get the jump off the line? Fabian Fitness was asleep. He's absolutely lost the plot now. He's going to go from first to fifth in one turn. But who's that up the inside? That is McFadden. No, it's not. It's Matt Munro, actually. He's got an absolutely cracking start and has just filtered his way straight through like the seas have parted. Call that, I don't know who that is in the book of the Jesus. I think it might be Moses. Let's call him Matt Moses at the moment. He's just gone straight through on them. He will lead into turn one. They get through turn two very cleanly. Look at that. That's how you do it, boys and girls. That's fantastic to see. Now we'll get a shot of all these little Max Box cars going down the back straight into turn three. Matt Munro leads, but he's got Nick Mole all over the back of him there with Jason McFadden slotting into third. Fabian Fitness. There goes Mole. He's put himself off into the wall, but seems to have avoided the rest of the cars coming through. That's a fantastic bit of luck there from Nick Mole. That could have been very disastrous indeed. But Fitness now up into second position, being hounded by Dean Verrill, actually. We're going to ride on board with Verrill, and look what he can see, getting very sideways up through this little section. Very tight indeed, giving Fitness something to think about. Back here, Alex McEwen and Will Kirk battling through as well. This is tight stuff from the drivers, and very nicely done indeed, keeping it mean and clean here on lap one.
Yeah, definitely stuff there. That is exactly what I want to see. All the professionals doing what professionals do here for race two, lap one, sorry. And everyone relatively keeping it nice and clean as well. Oh, not if we'd say that. Schmerley's gone into the wall, kept it off there somehow, but now he's going to go round and pirouette, and nothing anyone can do there. He's facing the right way, thank goodness gracious me. But everyone else play on, but poor old Schmerley just caught up there. Don't get the red mist in front of you there, Schmerl. Oh. And this is an angry battle pack before. Oh, who was that at the back there? Honestly and truly, Sarge Illich, you can go and get stuffed, mate. That is ridiculous.
He's been given the go. Here goes Matthias Bowsen is around. He's in a very awkward position as well. Down there in turn, that would be like turn 14 or 15. Where he's just going to have to wait for the field to come through. Sarge Illich getting through there, almost centre punching the side of that car as well. But as it stands, Matt Munro still leads this race. He's got Fabian Fitness breathing down his neck, making up that gap ever so quickly as well. Dean Verrill in tow, only 7/10 behind. A little bit of a gap to McFadden. A little bit of a bigger gap there to the captain and Ferguson. Jack Ferguson, what a great start from him up there in the top six. He's got Clayton Pine behind him, who'll be giving him plenty of curry by the end of that straight once this suck sort of starts to kick in. Down here a bit further, Andre Elliott right up behind Matthew Belton as well. 2.5 tenths in it there. Whoa, geez, very deep under brakes. Andre Elliott flirting with danger there, but has lost plenty of momentum on the exit there, so he will not be getting the aid of that suck. But here we go, Pine and Ferguson at it. Ferguson just slapping on the back of it here after he'd already been overtaken, so it's a bit of a double suck coming back at you. These two side by side now going through turn one. Whoa, can they get it done? Very nicely done.
Oh, geez, millimetre perfect there from all of them, and it's even going on behind them too. Buttigieg and the Underground Marble having a good jizz with each other as well. That's jousting stick style there as we see the rest of them all penetrate their way through the Macau circuit. Here, race lap one, turn two, turn three. We've got 2 laps in so far without major incident apart from poor old Sarge Illich and Smurley. But look at that. Fabian Fitness is all over the back here of Matt Munro. Dead set having a good crack here too is Fabian Fitness. He knows he's got the pace over Munro at this moment. Can he keep it together? I'd love to see this guy do it into the hairpin where he clutches in handbrakes and then Scandinavian flicks it out. Just what's he going to do between himself and Matt Munro? Wowee, this could be interesting to watch too. It's all happening at the back here as well. Fergo and Buttigieg still in a rip snort of a battle because Pinecone is the cork in the bottle. Oh, that was McFadden there going a bit sideways, and the captain. Wowee, that's some car control there from the two of them.
Yeah, this will be an interesting battle indeed. We'll see what sort of racing IQ the young Munro has here, because there's a massive gap behind Fabian Fitness back to Dean Verrill, and another bigger one back to fourth as well. So if he gets involved in too much of this tit for tat he could bring both of those guys back into this race and make it a big four-way battle for the lead. Whereas if he just stick to his mark, stick to that racing line, make Fabian Fitness do the work, but don't compromise your own lap speed. You could probably just slot in behind, take that slipstream, and run away with a second position, because I just don't know if he has the pace to keep up with Fitness once it's all said and done. Really, Fabian very quick during the week in practice, and as we saw. Did he claim pole position? No, he wasn't far off it. It was Alex McEwen with pole position. Speaking of Alex McEwen, where is he in the grand scheme of things? Back there in 15th position, giving Mick Attard a fair bit of curry as well around this Macau circuit. Wowee. So he's had some misfortune, I guess, in the opening stanza here. But back to the lead. It's only half a second between these two.
Yeah, dead set. Not a bad battle. Just a little bit of rate of attrition there for Matt Munro. Just getting those final two sectors right around the hairpin as Christopher just cleans his nose in the background. Wowee. And he's got a... Oh, you're muted. I couldn't hear him. Shit, it was... Well, you are muted too. I'm in the comm box. So I just heard a big schnozzer go completely off, ladies and gentlemen. But Fabian Fitness is going to have a hell of a suck here. Oh, look out. There's no Chinese prostitutes, I don't think, ever. Or ladies of the night, as we like to call them. So they're not going to get any lessons. But I'll tell you what, Fabian's got a hell of a suck here. Holy mackerel. That 800cc motor just gone bang in the slipstream, taking the position, and full-on cuts off Matt Munro. Says, stuff you before I get to the apex. And now Matt Munro's going to have another crack at him too. Side by side, 2x2 coming into turn 3. Who's going to get on the brakes first? I'm not sure that there's anchors involved here. This is side by side. On the inside is Fabian, but Matt Munro's just done it at the point of knot. But Fabian's going to slot through, take that position. P2, thank you very much. He's gone to the defence early as Fabian didn't need to. And that is P1. All done and dusted. P2 for Matt Munro. P1 for Fabian Fitness. What has the younger the Munro here got in the way of answers? I am not sure, I'll tell you what. But if these two come together, the Ferrell man behind them, Ferrell is going to be all over him like a fly to a piece of poo. If he gets somewhere, Matt Munro nearly DNF'd himself into the wall there a couple of times, just with those tyres holding on, thank goodness for physics. And I reckon at this stage, we're going to see possibly another little battle brewing. If Fabian Fitness can't keep it together here with a good 9 minutes left of racing, it's tough here in Macau. This could be Matt Munro's handed victory to him on a silver platter.
Well, yeah, just an unforced error is all it takes, as we've seen here tonight. Just one little slap to the wall and you could end up facing the wrong way and lose, just 100 positions in one go, really. But Matt Munro just already starting to lose touch with Fitness in front. That gap out to 7/10. Just making up a little bit in that last little section. But if he can just stick with him and hope to get a bit of that suck down the front straight, that will really aid his overall lap times, because we've seen how strong that suck is down the front straight. Holy moly, that's worth probably half a second or more just in the grand scheme of things. So in a bit of F1 style, if you've got that DRS, you can sort of keep away from the danger that lurks behind in any sort of situation here. So that's kind of what it is. Yeah. It's like a bit of a DRS battle. Keep your teammate in that DRS and keep him safe from anyone in front. But Matt Munro's managed to claw that gap down to 4/10, under 4/10 now. That's exactly where you want to be heading into this front straight, and a really nice exit as well. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to look on from the chopper cam and watch this gap come down.
Yeah, into R. Bend. Here we go. The non-registered name coming our way, and he's done it perfectly as Matt Munro. Fabian Fitness just braked on the apex there just to sort of put Matt off a little bit there mid-corner, and it did, because he's just got the whole shot and absolutely rubber banded himself out the other side. Wow, he's just flicked that harder in and got it out there, protruding himself further down the field. And Matt Munro is out of the suckage here. Fabian nearly put himself into the barrier. That kink of the barrier came out of the Armco the last second. Matt Munro's got no answers here. It's going to be 4/10 and 4/10 only by the time they come to the braking zone here at turn 3. And it's going to be another lap that Matt Munro has to sit behind Fabian Fitness, as Alex McEwen, sitting there in 12th place, has only done the fastest lap right now with a bit of fresh air in front of him, 1.4 seconds. He's got it there. Matt Munro's just going to be have to careful on the absolute slide. Just get that car braked and turned and settled, Matt, and then that's all you do. You'll get the traction out of the corner. But he's not doing that at the moment. Fergo breaking into the top 10. He's not far behind this little angry gaggle of cars in front of him between Mole and Andre Elliott. So something here for between 10th, 9th and 8th brewing here with the rate of knots at this point in time around the Macau circuit. Wowee, what are we going to see? And I'll tell you what, the Kirk, the captain, Chris, he is on a charge. He is up the back here of BZ at this point in time. 16 versus 36, only 4.5 tenths in it. Here, Rangout versus the captain. I'll tell you what, Starship Enterprise, look out. Because you are storming into a black hole here of the Rangout little Aussie racing car in front of him.
Yeah, he's come out of nowhere, really. I thought that gap was quite big the couple of laps ago, so maybe Dean Verrill doing a bit of that action as we saw in front and just inviting the captain in. Here they're going to go side by side. Give me a top view. There we go. All the way down into, this is, geez, I don't even know where we are on the circuit now. Turn 18, should I say, into turn 19, and they'll be coming up to this, to the Melco hairpin very shortly, but look at this. Will Kirk on fire tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He's done his homework here at this circuit, and it's all proving to be fortuitous for him now as he overtakes Dean Verrill for the final spot on the podium. Can he keep it there? That's another story. It's got five minutes to go in this race. That's something we're going to keep one eye on. Absolutely, indeed. Down here, we've got Simmons and Falzon just overtaking him for 22nd position. Falzon on the recovery drive. Don't forget that. He was found himself facing the wrong way a bit earlier in this race. So that's unfortunate for him. He'll be looking to try and get into 12th position, but it's a long way to go from there. Lucas Atay here, a newcomer to the series. Out here giving Steve Harrison, another newcomer, plenty of pressure here from behind, but just seemed to drop off as I turned the camera to him. But they compress now for turn 20 as they've got, who's that in front? That's Attard as well. So maybe a little three-way, four-way battle with the chef, not far away in tow.
Oh, what happened to McFadden? He's just popped into the pits. He's teleported to the pits by mistake. I'm not sure what happened to Jace there. He's teleported straight out, and the Rangout Camaro there, one of 3 in attendance tonight, just going to be absolutely steaming down the field there. Not sure what happened to him, but the Underground Mammal is all over the back here of the other Rangout car here for 7th and 6th place, respectively. This is a drag race here, and also on between Verrill and Kirk too. Wowee, he can't look anywhere. There's 2 of them. Oh, no! Oh, that's around there for Nick Mole. He's been pirouetted, and he's out of this race completely. The captain has gone through. Andre Elliott, Buttigieg, Ferguson, McEwen have all been promoted there, and Schmerley's too far back at this moment to take the place off him. Oh, poor old Underground Mammal. He didn't get burrowed. He got absolutely excavated out of his hole and just punted into 10th place. The poor bastard there, but captain in 5th now, 8.5 seconds away from anything in front of the pie cone, has somehow got his way up into 4th behind Dean Verrill. This is incredible stuff.
Yeah, we saw Nick Mole spin it on his own accord, and that's exactly the same thing that he did in race 1 as well, only this time he didn't have Fabian Fitness up his arse, so maybe a little bit of a technique issue there. Going around these faster corners, seems to lose the back end, exactly like Clayton Pine just did now in front of us. These rear tyres just starting to get a little bit worn out around this very stop-start circuit.
Well, once you get them worn too, it's once you get them into a temperature window, ladies and gents, they take a little bit to come down, and that's outside their grippy window. Good to see the SDT boys in Papua New Guinea watching on here in the stream. Thank you very much for tuning up. Hopefully you're having some beautiful beers there in the lovely tropical climate. And watching the best in the biz. I call the action here. McEwen speaking to best in the biz. Oh, there's a car in front. Oh, that was Andre Elliott. Yeah. He has punted himself into the wall, and Def's dead set thought he was going to get arse raped there between himself and Fergo's into the wall. Alex McEwen's gone straight past him now too. So 3 places for Alex McEwen within the space of a lap and a half. He is dead set on the prowl here. Those points are going to be important to get over Nick Mallow by the time of it. The fence warmers are sitting there. There we go. We've got the SDT sponsorship up there as well on Andre Elliott's car. Sitting in 9th place. Going to have to keep doing a bit better there, Andre. You've got pressure on now. Everyone's watching now in SDT. Keep the representation running. Same with the chef there too. Sitting in 16th place. 100% has tried to cook pasta 4 times and undercooked it 50,000 times to the table. Not doing well in the red corner. is the chef at this point in time, Gordon Ramsay, will be absolutely livid here, knowing where he possibly could be. 3 hats to the chef's name, and he's behaving like a 0-hat chef at this point in time.
Yeah, no Michelin stars going his way tonight, but I'll tell you what, he's doing better than he did in the first race. There's been a notable difference in driving standards here in this race. Maybe just Zach needs to get his full-on dad voice out every single race of this season and this series going forward. Give him the absolute serve. Oh, he will make a good one day, ladies and gentlemen, with that kind of rousing. I tell you what, I even shat myself here on the other side of the fence here in the com box. These guys, there we go, another car around. That's Lucas Atay doing the exact same thing we've seen many of these cars do around these sort of mid to fast turns. They lose the back end inertia style. And the arse end just wants to overtake the front tyres mid-corner. Very difficult slide to catch if it happens to you. So I think
maybe how you do it.
Yeah, you got to slow down a little bit before the turn and power your way through the apex rather than slowing down and just sort of chucking it in and letting the arse end be grip compromised, I think.
Well, yeah, that's definitely one way to do it. The other way is just ride the brake and the throttle at the same time. So keep your foot on the throttle, but put your brake pedal down at the same, and it won't upset the balance of the car from putting all the load on the front of the tyres, and then the rear just gets light. If you have it riding on the rear end a little bit, you lose that effect, which is a good thing of the oversteer on entry. And I'll tell you what, that's exactly what Lucas needed to do there. Tell you what, that was incredible. Andre Alex facing the wrong way again. Oh, Jesus Christ. He's about to get punted and he's just managed to avoid anything from the underground mammal. I'll tell you what, the underground mammal shut himself and there goes poor old Belton. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Just sitting there looking at him going, here we go, thank you, I'm going to try and get through. Can't get through. Andre Elliott's facing that way. Still, by Jingoes, by crikey, that is incredible stuff. I think that was Jim Park facing the wrong way, in the way of everyone, and just couldn't get out of the way. But Alex has got himself up into 20. There's Jim Park. What are you doing, son? I'll help you if you want. I can just get you out of there if you need to. But by Jingoes, it's incredible stuff for Jimmy Park. Just parking himself exactly where he should have done. But I'll tell you what, McEwen versus Buttigieg here, this is going to be something to behold here for the last couple of minutes. Well, it's not. It's the last lap here of the final race. And this guy somehow has come through and taken the win, and bloody convincingly over Matt Munro. Fabian Fitness take a bow. Matt Munro's in the fence. Can he keep it on the fence and keep it straight? He can. Fabian Fitness has taken the win. Thank you very much, Matt Munro. 6 seconds and a bit behind by the time he crosses the line. Thank you very much. And 10 and a bit seconds further back is the man, the legend, Ferrell Verrill with the pine cone. Absolutely doing fantastic there in the race. 4th place for him. 5th place for the captain, who is a good 6 seconds behind all of these guys. Crosses the line now. Buttigieg, Corporal in 6th place.
Oh, look at this drag race.
Ranking order. And nearly, turn it up. That was nearly a win. I think that's Greg Buttigieg just got the chockies over Alex McEwen there, according to our timing tower. It's absolutely shut itself there. We'll find out on the officials when we get to it. Ferguson in 8th. Shirley in 9th and Nick Mole in 10th place as well, looking at 2 screens at once. If Nick Mole's going to get around, or Shirley's going to get around, but I think Virgo's just stuffed it up. No, he hasn't. They're all just doing their silly games. Nick Mole, your top 10.
There we go. Andre Elliott, we've seen him as soon as the SDT boys chimed in the chat. Things went from bad to worst for poor old Andre Elliott, but that's a front row start for him on the next time around. That's a bit silly there in the background, ladies and gentlemen. We don't do that after the race. Matt Belton there in 12th position with Steve Harrison in 13th. Mick Attard retiring to the pits after his stint there. In 14th position, the chef manages 15th in the end. Not too bad. The Malaysian Marble in 16th. Matthias Falzon clawed back what he could after that shocker of a start down there in 17th. Lucas Atay as well in 18th. Travis Young in 19th position. Well done from him. Max Aberle racing around the final turn, or around the turn one there still, with Bullock and Simmons, or Simons. I think it's Simons in 22nd there. Scotty McEwen in 23rd, beating the Brian's cousin home, and Jimmy Park in 25th. I think there's a couple more. We'll get to the pits and find out who was beyond 25. It was no one. Jimmy Park, Gary Postlethwaite was a DNF, along with Sam Dooley as well. Sarge Illich as well, DNF'd on the first lap. So a few less attrition victims there in this race than there were in the first. But one more race to go, ladies and gentlemen. Fabian Fitness was unstoppable there. He didn't get the start that he did in the false start of race 2. Race 2.1.
2.1.
Yeah. 2.1.
2A.
Or 2.0. And then, 2.1
2A.
in this one. Just absolutely bogged down on the start and went back to 5th, I think, at worst. And just clawed his way back through the field. Very nicely done there from Fabian Fitness. But I'll tell you what, Will Kirk, the captain here on debut, going great guns. He's had a podium and a top 5 already.
Second race for Mr. Kirk. Third race, second event, sorry. He was at Nutsort last week.
Yep.
And Dead Set did pretty well there too. Just a bit of coming together with some blue flag markers. And yeah, Chris, what a performance from him. Doing very, very well here at this point in time. And that is where you want to be on debut. Just showing it up to all of the rest of them here who are the best in the bizzo at AK Racing. And as you can see, all of the fans and spectators in absolutely dead set 4 dimensions. You can see 4 parts of their body in one go. That person there looks like a stormtrooper. I'm not sure what's going on there. That one looks like a serial killer. We've got the serial killer. We've got the mum, the son. We've got the young daughter there. We've got Post Malone. We've got Pauline Hanson there as well. We've got look at Posty there sitting there with his hat. He's ready to rock and roll. Pauline Hanson's sitting there. Where's Ronald McDonald when you need him? We don't need 2 red-headed clowns at the same event. There's Marilyn Manson with the short haircut sitting there beautifully as well. We've got Mike Ehrmantraut from Breaking Bad sitting there as well. We've got Heisenberg. Do you name it? They're all here at Macau, and they're all here for Sensational TV's broadcast. I can guarantee you that. We'll be ready to rock and roll for race 3. 17 minutes coming your way here, ladies and gentlemen. Reverse top 12 grid as well. So that's going to be one interesting, and that's where you don't want to be in a race car. Hydro-locking engine out in the lake around Macau. Bit of construction going on here. Only the better. All those gamblers sitting out there just frothing and foaming at the mouth, wishing they were over there in Macau. But we'll be back here for race 3 here at Sensational TV, the final event. Round 3, halfway through the season. Don't mind you if you're at Wednesday Cup. And we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
We are back on circuit, ladies and gentlemen. Very close. Well, that was a quick turnaround there, ladies and gents. We got
Thanks, Donald.
We've got 26 seconds till the start.
I'm sorry.
Fabian's given it to us in the chat there as well. Thank you, sir. Goodness me. Who we got off the front row? Matthew Belton there in the Sticks car off the pole position with Andre Elliott next to him. Nick Mullins, Schmelly, who is going to lead into turn 3, the first of the big braking zones here on the track. We're about to find out because we've got all the lights up and they are about to be extinguished. It's a pretty good start there from Belton, but he's immediately eclipsed there by Andre Elliott. What a fantastic start from him. Here goes Nick Mull around the outside, but here goes Schmerley as well, looking up the inside, just following Elliott through. Look at that view. It's what could go wrong? Honestly, here we go into turn 2 now. This is the hard one because they're all flat chat under the stick. Who is going to lead out of this turn? No one gets turned around so far. Someone into the fence there, back there. I'm not too sure that was. I think it was Verrill just riding the outside wall. It was. So he gets overtaken by Pine Fitness Munro as well. Will Kirk making his way through 3 wide. Munro's up the inside. This is a very ambitious move. He's got to get on the brakes and does so very nicely. Just slots into 8th position. But Andre Elliott is your leader. There's something going on at the back there. Oh, bit of a roadblock. Someone's been turned around and looks like everyone's got through for the most part. There's a few cars facing the wrong way. Attard, Imon, Young, Postlethwaite and Harrison, Jimmy Park at the back as well. There's a car going backwards around the circuit there. Gary Postlethwaite just looking for a place to do the flick spin. Very nicely done, actually. But, geez, that could have been very awkward with Jim Park coming back around the circuit. But Jack Ferguson now. Oh, who's that? Just Andre Elliott finding himself the wrong way down the track. He's going to lose a hell of a lot of positions because of that. We're going to ride on board with Buttigieg because he is giving, that's Belton, plenty of curry. Here comes Kirk up the inside as well, right on top. They're going too wide here at Macau. That's insane. Oh, there goes Belton just losing it on his own, belting the wall as well on the way through. He's going to lose a bunch of positions with Cook as well. A Bell goes through. Jason McFadden up into 12. There's a battle brewing back here. That is Will Kirk on the back of Jack Ferguson.
Oh, look at this. These guys are going hammer and tong. Fergo's just put it into the fence harder than you want. And I'll tell you what, the big man behind him, I'll tell you what, the captain is... Oh, no! Fergo's gone around. Not sure if there was contact there, but Puddingheg's gone through. And I'll tell you what, all of them in sundry have just got a couple of positions. Thank you very much, Mother, for the Rabbits. McEwen, Munro, Pine, Fitness... Mole, all involved there too. Oh, there's more incidents going on here too. Oh, there's a roadblock. Puddingheg's facing the wrong way at the hairpin. People are just punting each other, just trying to barge their way through pinball style. Oh my goodness gracious me at the hairpin. You name it, you got it here at Sensational TV tonight. Wowee, and it's even happening again here too. Matt Munro's involved. He's upside down. He's underneath the map. He's gone. He's gone straight under. You've never seen that before. And that is Fabian Fitness facing the wrong way, still trying to flick spin out of there, 20 points deep. And this guy, Brandon Schmiel, dead set, will be absolutely having the time of his life, knowing that he is a good 3 seconds nearly away from any sort of risk there from the pine cone. And I'll tell you what, the pine cone, in the meantime, he is now singing to high heavens. This is hot lap sort of stuff here for the pine cone. He is in his strength right now. He is ready to rock and roll and piss off down into the distance if he can, with some clean air in front of him, knowing Schmuel has just got the pace disadvantage in comparison to him, and the corporal has got through over the captain at the moment. The captain's at a dead set. Barry Crocker, I can't even see him there on the screen. He's not even in the equation here anymore, and neither is Matt Munro. Poor old Matt Munro underneath the circuit, upside down, you name it. And Kirky sitting in 9th place there, nearly trying to get taken over there by McEwen. On Falzon has just been done too. They're side by side, looking at this through the field here. Dead set in the fair dinkum department. Here goes Captain Kirk. Is he going to keep his 9th place at the moment? Maybe, because McFadden's just underneath, but no, he's got it done. Thank you very much. Now, Ezra Simmons is chiming in on that battle too. In front of them, it's all happening. Look out, Simmons, the Make America Great Again. VF, it's Camaro sitting there as well. Dead set, having a good crack here, trying to get his way up into top 10. He's sitting there in 11th at the moment. Can't get the job done. He's under all sorts of pressure here from the Underground Rumble behind him too. And Max Burley too for his final joust here of the season. And poor old, is that Belton that's gone past? I can't see on the screen. That is a Burley sitting there on the screen here in 12th position. I'm having a Barry Crocker myself.
Yeah, Belton's just managed to turn himself around as well in all of that saying. So he is down a couple of positions there. Jim Park getting past, Steve Harrison getting past. This after these guys did so well in race 2, that all comes undone tonight. What do you expect from a narrow street circuit like this? Exactly, Paul Buttigieg. This was always going to happen. But I thought, especially from the front of the field, that little kerfuffle there into turn 20 was very awkward indeed from these drivers. They are the top echelon of drivers here in the top 5, top 10. You don't just waltz into a Wednesday Cup and start winning, that's for true. You really got to put the practice in and have the natural talent as well to get you up there. So that was a bit awkward there into this turn here. But as you can see, that is Will Bullock up there in the top 6. He is loving life up this end of the field. A bit smoother sailing up here for him, I'm sure, after being down the other end of the timing tower for the first 2 races. Alex McEwen is chasing him. Matt Falzon, not too far behind either, with about half a second off those two. Will Kirk has made his way back into the top 10 after him having a little bit of a moment as well earlier on in this race. Jason McFadden's having trouble as well. He's turned around. What is going on tonight? These blokes are all having absolute Barry Crockers.
Oh, dead set. And I'll tell you what, Damien, their average would be just trying to cuddle all these people here and saying, thank you, rest in peace. What's his name? Who was that guy? What was his real name? Barry Humphries. Yep. Rest in peace, Barry Humphries. They're all having a Damien, their average. And at the moment, they're trying to get some cuddles is Alex McEwen, because he hasn't had the best of nights by his standards. Yes, he won the first race but can't get the chockies here for race 3 at this point in time. Sitting in 7th place, he'll be thinking he's on here with Sandra's Love Child in front of him. But look at that for a slipstream and a half here. He is right next to him. Going to take the chockies. Bit of flames coming out there of the Aussie racing cars. Beautiful stuff from the budget tyre Camaro there. Fantastic. Absolutely sensational passing there by McEwen, showing us how it's done. Buttigieg is on the prow there. We've got Paul in the chat there. Absolute reckoning he's going to get involved in the racing too. Go and get yourself a T300, Paulie, and that's all you need. I've won on it, and Munro can attest to that. I've definitely beat him on something. It's not about the equipment, it's about the talent behind the screen. And oh, geez Louise, speaking of talent, Fergo nearly ran out of it too there. He's got real problems now because here comes McEwen all over him like a fly to a piece of poo. You can look over the rear wing of that, and this is definitely a rate of knots here situation for Jack Ferguson. Can he keep to the pressure as he sees his father going to be summoning him with the Scottish Eels over from the other side of the world in Singapore, seeing where he is to keep that 5th position, because a top 10 inside the Fergo household, doesn't matter young or old, Fergo can result in about 5 days of celebration, cocaine, hookers, you name it. It's all happening there at the Fergo household. McEwen wants to get in on it too, but he's trying to spoil that party and get into a party of his own.
Yeah, look at this. Will Bullock sees the opening and just gave him a bit of a hurry up there, but he's got his own problems behind him as Matt Falzon's chiming in with Will Kirk as well. This is now a 5-way little battle here, a little bit of a gap between Bullock and McEwen, but I'll tell you what, McEwen wants to really get himself released from Jack Ferguson at the front, but Ferguson doing a great job so far. Here goes Falzon up the inside, giving a little bit of a rub and tug there to Bullock on the way through into turn 20. We are in China, ladies and gentlemen. That's all part of the course here, but now they all spread out going down the back straight, heading into the final turn. Will Kirk is your closest man on track to making an overtake. If we can see out the front of that car, we can. He's got Matt Falzon right in his sights. Oh, geez, right up against the wall there. Ooh. Almost scraping that side camera straight off that car. Will Bullock's given up the ghost and lost 2 positions there in the space of not even one corner, just that one little straight there. So they head around this final turn now back onto the long straight, and Kirk, the captain, will have all the suck here of Falzon. Both of them weaving down the straight. Which way do they go? Left, right, centre? Who knows? We're going to find out soon. Oh, a little bit of a tap there.
Touched!
Jeez, he's managed to hang on to it. That's great car control there from Kirk, but now he's going to be vulnerable for Will Bullock, just looking, sliding up the inside. They're going to go side by side now through into turn 2. This is a hard one to get right, but Will Kirk, both of them.
Ferguson and McEwen! My goodness gracious me! Ferguson and McEwen have come together, and McEwen's off into absolute nadia. He is pissed off into the bunda there too, and somehow Ferguson's got involved and kept it going. Oh my days, that was brewing in front of me. They tried to go too wide, and I told them, Chris, I told them, viewers, you can't do it. Doesn't matter what time of the circuit it's doing, turn it up. And they did not listen to me at all. Oh my goodness gracious. That's what you get. Helicopter-esque, you name it. See you later, Balligate. Alex McEwen, dead set out of this race now. Ferguson, play on, but wowee. This is on here between the captain and Bullock Lovechild versus the captain, and the Bullock's got through, Kirk's got through and said, thank you, that was really, really good stuff. Not even a millimetre between the two of them. Great racing. That's how you do it, unlike Fergo and McEwen. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, you could see that was going to happen there. There was just a little bit of niggling there from Ferguson, and we just took our eyes off the prize there for one moment, and we saw poor old Alex McEwen doing his best impression of a bloody Robinson helicopter there, just flying around in like a dreidel.
Of a Huey.
Absolutely insane there stuff. So that's 2 scalps claimed by Macau's, I guess, physics, where they just dropped through the track.
See ya.
McEwen and Munro gone. They're off probably watching the stream now and just thinking what could have been. I'll tell you what, this guy here, Will Kirk, I'm well impressed with the way he's handled himself tonight out here on track. Managed to cut through all the bullshit as well in this final race. He was down in at least beyond 10th at one stage, and just one by one slowly he's picked his way off through the field and finds himself now in 6th position. We did miss the change of the lead. Brandon Schmell up there in second position. 5 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. He's got 3 seconds back to Jake Buttigieg. Can we cheer him on? This will be Schmelly's first podium in AK Racing in any of the series. So, geez, let's cheer him on in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get him home. That'll be an absolute monumental party in the Schmell household tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Dead set. Fair dinkum department. That's a great result here if he can keep it going. He has got the slightest of steering damage, just the slightest touch there for Schmerley, but absolutely fantastic. Driving here from himself there, Mr. Schmerley. That's really, really good to see. And Fergo's got in there as well. Get after it, says Fergo, talking back to Mr. Buttigieg there in the chat, not relevant to the racing, but Schmerley doing very, very good. It's good here, and I'll tell you what, Buttigieg's got 3.2 seconds between himself and taking second place there off Schmerley as well. So a bit of a cheer squad there in the chat from the old man Buttigieg, and Verrill forward a bit. It's nearly the closest battle on track here is Brian's cousin versus Lucas Atay here for 10th and 11th, sorry. Wow, hey, this could be on here because it's now suck time here for McFadden. He's definitely getting ahead of steam here. The knob is expanding here. Can he get up under brakes there at the point in time? He cannot at the moment, but he's going to try anyway. He's going to try and insert it with no lube. Can't get it done there on Atay. Nearly getting the job done there. Brakes a little bit there for turn 5. Oh, my goodness, up the hill. Here we go. Up the Monaco hill. I'll call it that because that's what it reminds me of. Bugger the other one. And I'll tell you what, this is incredible stuff here between McFadden. He has now got only a tenth and a bit between himself and Atay. The Uber gang in front of him is not a quick customer in this short, twisty section because he's got traffic in front of him. The Ferguson's there. Ezra's in front of him too. So we've got Donald Trump holding up 4 cars here. And I'll tell you what, it's all happening here. Ferguson's nearly up the back of him. Atay's there too. McFadden's dead set lost it in the background. So it's only a 3-car battle now, equation-wise here, with 3.5 minutes left. Can McFadden get back up there? I'm not sure, but I'll tell you what, Ezra Simmons here is definitely going for it. Or Simons, whatever you want to call him. I don't give a rat's toss bag anymore. But Ferguson's into the pits. He's gone into the wall there. Now, Tay's going to have to avoid him somehow. Just managed to pull it up in the nick of time there. And now we come down into the biggest thinking man's corner of the circuit right there. And I'll tell you what, the thinking man is Lucas Tay. He's nearly got up under Ferguson there too. Just the whole shot stuff. No brake lights on these little fucking Camaros. And I cannot get it right here tonight. I'm absolutely having a dead set shitstorm of it. Oh, no, he's sitting up the inside. Oh, and he's touched him and he's turned him around. Lucas Atay, you absolute donkey. Get the hell out of here. You've redressed it just by default, son. Wow, poor old Fergo's lost a place or 2, and that is not how you want to go racing here at this point in time, right before the most important corner at Macau.
That was it was almost good racing from that lot as well. They were doing all the right things, and just a little bit of a mistake there from the newcomer there to the series, Lucas Atay. Does redress the position, so I guess it's play on there for those two for the time being. 2 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Clayton Pine is your leader. He's got 3.5 seconds down the road to Brandon Schmell, who's still keeping Jakey Buttigieg at bay. Paul in the chat won't be too happy about that. He's already told his son, get your ass going, Jake. Get your ass moving, young son, or you will be cut out of the wheel entirely. Geez, that's harsh words from the old man.
Very harsh.
But there you go. It's business out here on the track, ladies and gents. Don't you worry about that. Jake Buttigieg chasing down Brandon Schmell for the second point of the second place of the podium here at round 3. The Wednesday Cup, ladies and gentlemen, we're into season 14 as well. It's been an absolute ride here. It's one of the most populated servers of all the land here in Australia throughout the week in the Assetto Corsa and otherwise. I tell you what, I've seen a few other leagues going on, and they do not get the attendance that we do here. I wonder why that is, ladies and gentlemen. It might have something to do with the fantastic services around here in AK Racing. Maybe the commentary, maybe not. Maybe the racing, maybe the camaraderie. But it all comes down to the community here in AK Racing. What better place to be on a Wednesday night, Zach O'Reilly?
Oh, we can't be anywhere else. Don't you worry about that. The Lazy Boy recliner definitely getting its work cut out here on Wednesday nights. That's for sure. For all of your viewers out there, thank you very much for tuning in so far here with 53 seconds of racing left to go for the Wednesday night. It has been absolutely fantastic to watch. Once the guys got a dead set rev up there by the stewards, myself, they've definitely got their racing hats on and done so very well. And Buttigieg's doing exactly what Paul has told him to. Maybe Paul's got some rank over him in the army department. I'm not too sure there. Maybe you can let us know in the chat. Maybe 40 years of service. I'll tell you what, it's all happening. No red cordial here tonight for me, Mr. Marshall. I'll tell you what, this is just dead set sober stuff. Hence why I've had a Barry Crocker of the event tonight here. Second place at the moment is sealed for Schmerley if you can get it done, because it's going to tick down. This is going to be 12 or 11 seconds here. By the time Clayton Pine gets to line, I think it's all over. He's only got 5 seconds by the time he rounds R.Ben. So this is it. This is the last lap. What the hell can Jake Buttigieg do? It's a drag race here, ladies and gentlemen, chopper cam style. What is going to happen for Schmerley? Schmerley's got the exit perfectly done it, but there's a suckage here between himself and Buttigieg. Buttigieg's gone to the opposite side. This is a race to the line here. This is a finish. What has happened? Has Schmerley got the chuckies or not? It looks like he's got the chocolates over Buttigieg there for second place. At the peak of my vocal and shouting rage there, well, I'll tell you what, Foutmouth, that was dead set. Some fantastic racing there between Schmerley and Buttigieg. Oh, I reckon there's a photo finish for sure. Fiend Verrill's come across the line in 4th, Falzon in 5th, Will Kirk in 6th, and then we've got Will Bullock, the battle of the wills. And the money and the estates come in 6th and 7th. Fabian Fitness coming across the line in 8th now. Ezra Simmons, the Donald Trump fan there in 9th. And Jason McFadden for the top 10. Photo finish, dead set in the fair dinkum department there for 2nd and 3rd. Wowee. That's been... Jake Buttigieg has got the chockies over Brandon Schmel, Christopher, by, have a guess, not even 10 thousandths of a second.
Fatty hair. But that's enough for me. I think Brandon Schmel getting his first podium in
driver of the day.
Yeah, let's give it to him, ladies and gentlemen. It's his first time up there getting the silverware, and he'll be dead set stoked with that. What a drive from him. And it's been a long time coming there for the Schmelinator. And he gets his well-coveted driver of the day. I've forgotten where we're up to in the grand scheme of things. Lucas Atay in 11th position. McEwen in 12th with the Underground Mammal finishing 13th. Jack Ferguson out of the server already in 14th. Steve Harrison 15th. Cookie in 16th, parking it up there. Matt Belton had a bit of a shocker there, but we know he can do better than that. Don't you worry about him. Max Abel in his final race of this season. He'll be back next time. Andre Elliott in 19th had a shocker as well. Mick Attard in his brand new livery looks fantastic to me. I love that colour scheme. Don't you worry about that. Sharif Amon, the Malaysian Marvel, racing from Malaysia, ladies and gentlemen, in the 95, coming 21st position. Sarge Illich,
great looking car.
Yeah, inside the sensational van, you might just be able to see his rims just sitting down there at the bottom. Trav Young in 23rd, doing his in-lap. What a legend for that. Scotty McEwen right out sideways.
Best livery on the track, I reckon. I love the wins.
Yep, absolutely. Hopefully there's a few wins in the crystal ball there for Scott McEwen. Jimmy Park in 25th. And, excuse me, we'll check out who came beyond that. Matt Munro was our first casualty dropping off the circuit. He will be absolutely... I'm going to look at my phone and I know exactly what I'm going to see when I open that up. Gary Postlethwaite down there in 27th. Also a non-finisher, Sam Dooley, Luke Newing. These guys did not start DNS. That is round 3, run and won and done, and frustrations are plenty, but I'm sure the drivers are glad that that's over.
Oh, dead set. They'll be absolutely fantastically happy as a dog's dick at the moment. Dog with a tin dick, I reckon, that it is all done and dusted. And all won and run there for everyone. Well, that was some sort of event tonight. Bit of a rev up, bit of a G up, but we had it all there at AK Racing tonight. Trials, tribulations, rates of attrition and natural selections coming all of our way. That's the ultimate challenge of the Wednesday Cup. And I'll tell you what, if we did it in cars any bigger, Christopher, I reckon we would have had to restart every race by, I reckon, 2 or 3 times because the track 400% would have been blocked there. Oh, my goodness gracious me. But we got through it, and we got through it in style, as we always do at AK Racing. Look at the weather out there in China. I'll tell you what, apart from having social credits and whatnot, you can always look up to the sky and just wish that you're in a different country when you live in China. I'll tell you that much. But you probably wouldn't know because you've been absolutely rat-holed into something completely different there. What a drive. What an event. What a race that we've seen tonight here. Cracking event. And thank you very much to everyone for tuning in on the stream, in the chat as well, and on Cranium Cam too. It was sensational. Thank you very much for tuning in to all of our viewers there as well, all 46 of them. Fantastic event there too. But the stream is never any better than it is when Christopher Munro is at the helm and doing what he does best. All the graphics are his. Everything is ready to rock and roll. Puts it on, puts the event on, and Wednesday Cup is his baby too. So you don't get any racing without the M magnificent in Munro. Thank you very much, Christopher.
No, thank you. And it wouldn't be possible without the viewers, of course. So thank you all for tuning in. Next time we are out, Kai McConnell chiming in gives me 4.9 stars for the Uber drive. Thank you very much, my friend. That'll go into the Uber book, and you can win yourself a free ride anytime there, sir. Why weren't you racing? Probably because it's Macau Street Circuit. I suspect we'll see a few more back next week when we tackle Tsukuba, I believe, there in Japan. One of my favourite tracks. I'll tell you what, Japanese tracks, I don't know what it is about them, but they all have just their own individual flow and personality to each and every one of them. They do know how to do a racing circuit over there, that's for sure, as well as a bit of food too. I'm partial to a bit of Japanese food as well. So we're off there, and I'll be looking forward to the catering, Zach O'Reilly, once we get over there on circuit. I wonder if Rabs will be let into the country. I doubt it. It's a prim and proper little joint that I'm pretty sure Rabs is on the ban list for over there. But we'll see if we can sneak him through in one of our suitcases.
I've been told that he is more than welcome over there. Being a middle-aged to late-aged Australian male rocking up to Japan, he is a dead-set economy enhancer over there, is the Rabs Warren. And don't you worry about that. He will most likely be there, although he might be in Japan, but he might be in a couple of different drift events. I'm not too sure. He handles himself pretty well as a driver. He might be all talk in the rugby department. We might see him, we might not, but he's definitely allowed into Japan as an economy aficionado for the Japanese ladies of the night. Is the Rabs Warren. Don't tell his lovely wife there. Never even heard of her before. Mrs. Warren, eat your heart out, but then, don't worry about it. China at one stage, or Macau, wherever we want to be, and then we're off to Japan. That's Tsukuba. That is going to be a rip snorter. Very, very quick laps around there. 50-odd second laps in a Aussie racing car versus 2-minute 40 odds here at Macau. We know what's going to happen there for sure. Very tight circuit, very tricky. Off camber, on camber, you know it's going to be there next Wednesday. And we cannot wait for that, Christopher Munro. I think it's time to sign off.
Yeah, let's wrap it up, I reckon.
Let's wrap it up just like Santa Claus will be for all of the young chaps out there and girlettes and Panasonic air conditioners for Christmas this year as well, whatever you identify as. I am Zach O'Reilly, and guess what? You're not. Christopher Munro is always himself, and he puts the M in magnificent, and there is no M in Munro as well without magnificent. Thank you very much to all of our viewers for tuning in tonight. Lovely to see you all. You want the best in the business here at AK Racing, you've got them on track. You want the best in the business off the track in the commentary box. You're listening to them right now. The dulcet tones of Chris Munro, the bogan voice of Zach O'Reilly here as well. All excited, ready to go. Best in the bizzo. Love yous all. We'll see you next Wednesday here at Wednesday Cup. But it's bye for now. And as always here at Sensational TV, keep it flat out.